Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the rainy Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be where the narcissist continues to go wrong. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So the narcissist, not only do they usually overplay their hand, but they are arrogant, they're cocky, they feel entitled. They believe they're better than their peers, than their family members, than their romantic interests, than their colleagues, than their neighbors, than people in communities and hobby groups that they are and or were a part of. See, the narcissist is always in competition with people. We now know that when you were in the narcissistic relationship, they were in competition with you. Example, say that you shared children with the narcissist. Well, were they co-parenting the proper way and raising the kids the way they should have been raised? Probably not. They were probably counter-parenting all of what you were doing. That is why usually many times the narcissistic parent wants to be the child's buddy or friend or pal or mini-me, etc. But where the narcissist usually goes wrong, and they continue to do this, is not only do they overplay their hand over and over and over again, but what they don't realize is that people around them are now observing them, and they are seeing the common denominators in the relationships that the narcissist is or was a part of. And there is the main common denominator. That's the narcissist. The narcissist is the one common denominator of all of the broken relationships that they experience, because the narcissist is trying to drive a wedge between anybody and anything that matters to them, which is why nobody, and I mean nobody, is safe if you are in the perimeter or the proximity of the narcissist. Anybody can be the next target, including flying monkeys, including the narcissist's own kids, including their parents, including their siblings, including their coworkers, colleagues, and everybody. So no one's safe, no one's immune. We're learning that. But where the narcissist usually and continues to go wrong is they don't ever believe that they will be figured out. They just believe that they can end a relationship at the drop of a hat, maybe discard somebody. And if you were discarded, my heart goes out to you. It's not a pleasant experience, to say the least. But if they discard somebody, what that means is they've taken whatever they can from that person. Another thing it could mean is that person has figured out that something's off with the narcissist, and maybe they're catching on to the scent that they are a narcissist. Possibly. Our third one would be, if they discard somebody, it's because the narcissist already has a new source of supply or multiple sources of supply lined up. That is why they can just go from person to person so quickly, so effortlessly, so easily. That's why it really, really hurts when the narcissist discards you. Or if you end it yourself, it's either way, it's a challenging experience to go through. But the thing is, the narcissistic relationship, just like that thunder, it usually ends with a thud, a crash, a bang. And this is the relationship that you need to heal from, because you will know if you are in a toxic or challenging relationship, post-relationship, once the dust has settled and once you figure out that, wait, I can't get over this that easily, something's off, something's wrong. Well, then you get that needle in a haystack, or that thunderbolt strikes you, figuratively, not literally, and you realize that, oh my goodness, I now believe that I was in a challenging narcissistic relationship. And that's when you go down the rabbit hole of exploration and education. That's when you become awakened and aware, educated and empowered. And that's when you eventually will get the message, and you will take action here, I can assure you, to go no contact, to block these people, to delete them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with them. If not now, when? If you can't do it now, I get it. Then utilize gray rock, become dull, become boring, get off of the radar of the narcissist. And if you're tethered to the narcissist right now, maybe you do share kids with them, create and develop and look forward to executing the exit plan. It's a strategy to have you removed from the relationship when the time is right. And it's a strategy to have you removed when you believe that you are strong enough to remove yourself. Example, maybe it's when the kids graduate high school or university. Maybe it's when you sell your house. Maybe it's when you finally get divorced. Who knows? But the narcissist will try to usually drag out these relationships as long as they possibly can. Because remember, they weren't just dragging out the relationship with you. They were dragging out other relationships before they met you. And right now, wherever they are on the planet, if they are on the planet, they're dragging out other relationships. Because the narcissist usually overplays their hand. They're cocky, they're arrogant. And what they think is they think that people will continue to believe in the mask. Now I'm gonna go back to the friend group of the narcissist. These people are now observing the narcissist from afar. And they're saying to themselves, wait a minute, maybe it was a grandmother, as an example. The grandmother to the narcissist was, let's say the grandmother. The grandmother was observing that something was off with their own daughter's husband. They couldn't figure it out, and they were alienated from seeing the grandchildren. Well, what happens there? What happens is the husband of the daughter is not allowing the grandmother to see the kids because the grandmother's being parental alienated, despite the fact that she knows she wants to spend as much time with the grandkids as possible. The husband perhaps won't allow it, or flip it. Maybe the mom won't allow it, who knows? But these are the toxic relationships that people are a part of all over the globe. I know what it's like. I know exactly what it's like to be parental alienated. I know exactly what it's like to be triangulated, to be gaslit, to be given the silent treatment, to experience the smear campaign, to experience rage fits, on and on, physical abuse, financial abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, spiritual abuse, financial abuse. But this is how the narcissist continues to make mistakes. This is why the narcissistic relationship, it does end. These are the relationships that do have an expiration date. Now, you may not want to hear that right now. Maybe this is the first video you're consuming. I get it. I was once where you are, perhaps. But what happens is along the way, post-relationship, you need to heal. You need to slow your life down and process things, and journal, meditate, see a therapist, watch videos, read, perhaps even heal childhood wounds, etc. And in time, in your time, you will heal. You will reach that pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference where so many people are arriving weekly. And believe me, there is more than enough room for you at the pinnacle of indifference. We are all waiting for you. Some of us are reaching our hands down to try and pull you up to where we are. And yes, I do mean that. The thing is you have to be patient with yourself. You have to be stoic, resilient, determined, full of fortitude, full of strength, full of courage, and understand that that relationship was a relationship that almost took you down for the count, but it didn't. You see, the narcissist overplays their hand. I've said it 3 times in the video, and they usually believe that when they enter a relationship with somebody that they're going to own them for the rest of their life. That is the old mentality of the narcissists. The new mentality is they know that there are so many of us who are stronger than ever. We are in the third version of ourselves. We are galvanized. We are changed and transformed forever. We now see the world through a brand new set of eyes, and the narcissist can no longer get to us. And my hope is that's you. It certainly is me. Because when we were in the relationship with the narcissist, we didn't know what we were up against. It's almost as if we were in a relationship with an alien, with somebody who we couldn't quite communicate with, but yet we were oversharing and we were working for them. We became the unpaid helper. We became the walking apology. We became the chauffeur. We became the sounding board. We put our life on hold to the detriment of ourselves, to the betterment of the narcissist. That's why so frequently the narcissist would tell people, example, in a romantic setting, well, I can see you 1 night a week, or I can see you 2 nights a week, or I can do it this, but only for this window of time. Why do you think they limit the access you would have to them? Maybe it's only, example, on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 till 10 or something. It's because their schedule is occupied every other waking minute of their life, either getting supply, destroying supply, or taking from supply. And what they did is they put you in that calendar and they boxed you in, and then they gave you less and less and less. And as they gave you less and less and less, you wanted more and more and more. That's the push-pull of the narcissistic relationship. You want what you're not getting. They don't want to give you what you want. And that's why the cycle will continue to go round and around and around, but it will go around, unfortunately, for the rest of mankind, the rest of humanity, I believe, unfortunately, but at least as long as I'm on the planet. But the cycle will go on without you, because now you are not a people pleaser. Now you can say no, the strongest word in the English language. Now you can understand that having boundaries is the path. And you understand that you can do whatever you want, whenever you want, and with whomever you want. And the narcissist you will get off of their radar when you go no contact and block them, and they will become microscopic. They will become itsy bitsy teeny weeny, and they will mean nothing to you. What you will take away from the narcissistic relationship once you've healed is that was a lifelong learning lesson. You had to go through it. There was no other way. If you thought that there was another way, that is not the case, because what happened is what happened. And you must really take the lifelong learning lessons from that relationship. You must not stay stuck in the past. You must not predict the future. You must live in the here and the now, in the present moment. That is where the abundance happens. That's where the growth happens. That's where the journey really begins to skyrocket for you. That's where the doors of abundance open up for you. And that's where the narcissist doesn't want you to be. That's where I do want you to be. I want you living your best life. I want you creating new friendships, perhaps even falling in love again, relocating, taking a class, teaching a class, reading a book, writing a book, doing whatever you want to, narcissistic relationship free. But see, the narcissist will inevitably and continuously be stuck in their own little loop of misery, their own little loop of destruction and chaos and confusion. And they trapped you and they captured you for a period of time, which was the length of the relationship. And they fooled you into believing that you needed them. You don't need the narcissist. You've never needed the narcissist. The narcissist needed you, but you do not, and you never did need the narcissist. It's all part of the trauma bond. It's all part of the push-pull, the high-low. It's all part of them injecting their toxicity into you and you wanting it more and more when you're in the beginning of the relationship, post-love bomb, by the way. But you don't know what you're up against because you weren't taught this in school. So again, when you are existing in the devaluation stage after they withdrew from you and they were peppering you with more and more abuse, you wanted to continue to work for them because you were hoping you were going to get rewarded for doing everything you were doing above and beyond the call of duty. Again, the narcissist was sitting back and watching you from afar or maybe up close and saying, wow, I really have this one. This one's in deep. What should I do? How much more money should I take from them? Should I discard them 2 days before their favorite holiday? Should I wait till they lose their job? Should I wait till they have a health concern? What should I do here? You know what I'll do? I will continue to groom the new supplies in the background. And once one of those really steps up, in other words, once I really have them deep in the trauma bond, then I will begin to extract from them. And one day, maybe I'll just come home to you, the person watching the video, and I'll just clean out your house and I'll take everything that there is there. And I won't even leave you a note. I'll just ghost you. And then that will twist the knife in you deeper and deeper. Again, this is how the narcissist does not care about people. They didn't care about you. They don't care about the new supply. They won't care about their own children or anybody around them. All they care about with people is what they can provide for them, what opportunities these people can present for them. Will they believe in the mask? Will they continue to work for the narcissist? Will they be putting the narcissist high up on the pedestal and experiencing and tolerating the poor behavior? That's what you did. That's what I did. We didn't know what we were up against, but now we do. That's why we have gone no contact, etc. But what the narcissist will continue to do and why it will continue to go wrong is because they never ever heal. They never ever slow down and introspect. They can't be accountable. They can't say, wait, I really did some damage there. Maybe even to my own kids, maybe to my mom, to my dad, maybe my last 3 marriages. I really blew those up on purpose, but I won't be accountable. And I can't really sit down and look at myself and introspect. That's where they go wrong. Another way they go wrong is because they believe that no one will ever figure them out. And another way they go wrong is because they don't have any zero amount of love or empathy within them. They have nothing. They can fake it all day long. They can fake shower you with adoration, with kindness, with caring, with fake love and everything. But at their core, there's nothing to these people. They're shallow, they're hollow, they're empty inside. They are looking for someone that they can fill themselves up with and have that person be consumed by the narcissistic negative energy. This is a whole different part of the video I want to share with you. I shared this a lot earlier in 2023. I'll share it again today. When you're in a narcissistic relationship and you're a beautiful, bright, shining light, and you are because you're on the channel and you're in the community, and if you're not, and if you're a narcissist, please leave because you're not welcome here. But if you're a beautiful, bright, shining light, what happens is when you meet the narcissist, they want to capture your energy, your aura, your essence, everything about you, your beauty, your health, your relationships, your money, everything. They want to take it for themselves, and they want to exchange all the resources they are extracting from you, and they want to exchange those for all their toxicity, for all their gaslighting, all their triangulation, all the rage fits, all the verbal abuse, all the door slamming, all of the ghosting, all of the triangulation at dinners, all the financial abuse, if I didn't say that. They want to exchange their negative energy and dump it into you, and they want to steal your beautiful, bright, shining light to catapult them onto the next relationship. That's what they're doing right now. That's what they've done before they met you, and that's what they'll be doing tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day. The thing is, once you get this wisdom, and once you get the tools, and you understand the definitions in the glossary on the narcissistic abusive cycle, and you really wrap your head around that these people don't think the way you think, and they do not, and I mean do not have your best interest at heart. They just want to create havoc and destruction and damage and manipulate people. When you really wrap your head around that, which is a difficult pill to swallow, and you practice radical acceptance, which means you understand that that relationship was what it was. It wasn't what you wanted it to be. And you slow your life down and you insulate yourself in the cocoon of boundaries and you heal and you take a lot of time to process things. That's when the light bulb will go off in your head. That's when your energy will shift. That's when your energy will return. That's when you will realize how weak and frail and hollow and nasty the narcissist is. And that's when you will actually realize how strong, courageous, how determined and diligent, and how incredibly amazing of a person you are. Because you see, as I mentioned a moment ago, with the energetic exchange, the narcissist wanted to steal your beautiful, bright, shining light and all your positivity, and they wanted to inject the negativity into you, and it did work until it didn't. When it doesn't, and you heal properly, then you understand that There are a lot of people out there that don't have your best interest at heart. Now, is everybody a narcissist or an empath? Absolutely not. I would say most people are in the middle. They're your average, everyday human being, and they don't have much narcissism in them at all, and many of them don't have much empathy in them. But that's not you. I'm speculating that you are a person with a high level of empathy, because that's why you're drawn to the channel, and that's why the narcissist found you, and that's why you're healing, or you have healed, and that's why you now have boundaries, or you're getting ready to put them into place. And that's why you understand that things always, and I mean always, will go wrong for the narcissist. The narcissist will blow up any relationship they can. They will overplay their hand. They will think that they're above the court system. They will think that they're above any child custody rules. They will think that they don't have to play by any guidelines of society, because that's what they think. And they also think that people will be paying their way through life for them. That's what you did for a period of time. That's what I did. But the narcissist will just slither away onto the new supply whenever they get the opportunity, and they will try to create the most damage that they possibly can. But the thing is, now that you've healed, or you're well on the healing path, you understand not only that you're the priority, that you come first, second, and third, but the narcissist, stay away from me, which means you did what you did. You took your best shot. You failed. You failed miserably, like you always do, and you're failing right now with all of your relationships that you're a part of, but you couldn't take us down for the count. And my hope is the other people you're abusing right now, and unfortunately you are abusing people, but unfortunately that those people are getting strong and they're figuring it out too. And eventually they will go no contact. Because you see, the word is getting out, and people are really becoming educated and awakened. And they're understanding that there are good people out there. But the narcissist is nowhere to be found on that list. There are also toxic people that will try to really do damage to you. That's where the narcissist is, at the top of that list. So understand the message. Then things will always go wrong for the narcissist. They continue to go wrong for the narcissist. Before I close the video, remember, if you are thinking about the new supply, if you have information about that, or if the relationship ended recently and you're wondering who the new supply is, etc., just know one thing. It's not all puppies and rainbows and unicorns and butterflies with the new supply. It may seem that way on social media, and you shouldn't be looking at social media, but if you are, I get it, for a period of time, but you shouldn't be doing that, because it's only going to rip the Band-Aid off and keep you stuck. But the narcissist is peppering the new supply or supplies the exact same way they did it to you. The only thing is the new supply is getting it worse, probably because the narcissist has aged, and they have fine-tuned their skills and their crafts of manipulation, because they figured out what worked on you and what didn't, and they're just going to double down on whatever worked on you on the new supply, if it's applicable. But either way, seeing behind the mask is the path. Going no contact is the path, and understand that these people can't change. They can't introspect, and they only get worse over time. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the beautiful Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning, no matter where you are on the planet. You are not alone. God bless you all. I love you. You are not alone. Remember what I shared with you. The narcissist, things always go sideways for the narcissist. They're not going to make it seem like they do. But in the narcissist's tiny little pea brain, think about what they have to do every night when they go to bed. They have to think of all the damage they've inflicted upon people. They have to think about all the lies they told that day. They have to think about all the cheating that went on. They have to think about all the triangulation. They have to think about all the gaslighting. They actually do think about these things for a quick second. Then what do? They roll over and they look on their smartphones and they say, well, I introspected for 15 seconds about the damage that I've inflicted. I'm getting better at it. I'll keep doing it. Time to jump on social media. Time to look for a new source of supply. That's how the cycle goes on and on. It's via smartphone, social media, people just acting like they are not who they claim to be, i.e. the narcissist. But remember, you now have the wisdom. You're educated, and you understand that there's no room for you with a toxic narcissistic relationship any longer. That's why you have boundaries. Everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I will talk to you tomorrow, and I'm going to try and beat the rain. I love you all. Bye.